Hey there, lovely people. Let's talk corporate and spirituality. Can they ever meet when it comes to branding? So let's talk about the two sides to your life and the two sides to your character. If you work in corporate, you may also have an inner world, an inner life that is spiritual. And it doesn't have to be deeply spiritual, it can be any type of spirituality. But often the corporate side doesn't support this, doesn't let this come out, doesn't let it shine. And the reason I bring this up is because I have two VIP expert clients at the moment, a third one coming on board, who all work in corporate right now. But they are starting their businesses, their own businesses, with an element of spirituality in there. Because although they've always worked in corporate, it doesn't really bring out the best in them. It's not everything they want to do in their life. The corporate does not satisfy that itch, as it were. So it's perfectly possible to be working in corporate and then have a desire to build a business that incorporates the other layer of you, the spiritual side of you. You don't have to be one or the other. You can actually blend them beautifully. How do you do that with branding though? How do you start? All of my clients have come to me because they have this visual problem in their head. They don't know how they're going to take their skill set and everything that they've been paid really well for over the years in the corporate sector, and then how they're going to blend it with their spiritual side. What does that look like? How do you even go about creating a brand or a business that blends them together? Well, luckily, design is problem solving made visual. I think a very famous graphic designer in the States, maybe Saul Bass, said that. Design is problem solving made visual. So with design, it's absolutely possible to take the elements of the corporate and blend it with the spirituality. And how does that work? Well, for starters, a lot of my clients that are moving over, they're transitioning from corporate to running their own businesses, they actually want to attract themselves as clients. They know that in the corporate world there are so many more people like them. There are so many more people trapped in the corporate day-to-day, the 9 to 5, but who have spiritual practices themselves privately. And those people, those are the people they want to set free. Those are the people they want to attract when they start their own small businesses, when they transition. So what I would do is I would definitely get you to think about your skill set in corporate. What is it that is absolutely your genius, your zone of genius? What are you really great at in corporate? And what do you really resonate with spiritually? And then I would go in to think about the visuals of that. So for example, I'm really just using one client as an example here. She was in corporate and she loves to go shopping, and she loves the beautiful finer things in life, and she loves being able to go out for dinner because the corporate life allows her to have that salary to indulge in some of those beautiful things in life. On the other side, she is deeply into affirmation cards, goddesses. Those really speak very loudly to her when she's not in her corporate role. So then I go in and I have a look at what works with her, and she loves the luxury side. So I would build the brand using elements of luxury that people in the corporate world might experience every day when they go shopping, when they go out for dinner, when they're buying their magazines, when they're going on holiday. What is the kind of look that this type of person experiences on a daily basis? What resonates with them? What makes them think, yes, I recognize myself in that? And then I look at the visuals of, let's say, affirmation cards, sacred geometry, chakras, all those kind of visuals that are attached to, that are symbolic to the spiritual side, and then I will marry them together. So for example, with this client, she has a beautiful photo shoot with herself in a gorgeous jacket, tailored jacket. She looks stunning in it. And I've used those photographs and blended it with gorgeous sacred geometry. I've created hand-painted flowers, beautiful big luscious blooms that reflect her love of 17th century Dutch paintings, that lusciousness of fine art. So I've blended those two together and we've created this brand identity that will totally resonate with people who love the finer things of life, the people that might be working in corporate right now but are screaming for a mentor and a leader to help them integrate their spiritual side. So it's perfectly possible to blend corporate and spiritual together, especially if you're transitioning, so you're still working in corporate. And in fact, that is the ideal time to get branding done. And I'll tell you why. And it's the ideal time to start building your own business, because you're already being paid a beautiful wage in your corporate world, which will help fund all the work that needs to happen before you launch your actual business. So I think all three of my clients haven't quite yet launched. They've sort of, one client has done pre-sales of a book that she's written, but they actually haven't gone into full launch mode yet, because they're building their business strategy, their visual strategy, their branding, so that they've got all that design collateral together to go to hand off to their VAs. They're working with VAs, they're getting a little team together. So when you've got the branding sorted, your visuals, which speak 1,000 words, are already attracting your ideal clients. It's great if you have, your course content, your social media content, what your business is going to be selling. But if you don't have the visuals to back it up, what do you do when you hop on Facebook? What do you do when you hop on a video? What do you do when someone asks for a business card? All these things that you do in your business have graphics and visuals attached to it. And you might as well make those graphics and visuals branded, so that they instantly say the right thing and they do the right thing and they attract the right people from the get-go. So that is how it is perfectly possible to be corporate and spiritual at the same time and blend them to create a brand and visual strategy that helps you launch your business and grow your business and attract your ideal clients.